Good afternoon. Happy Tuesday, everyone. Sorry, I'm a little behind. I was thinking about what I wanted to do today while I was at work, and I actually remembered. Sometimes, I come up with ideas at work, and then by the time I'm off work, I get so wrapped up in what I'm doing at work that I just forget all my potential ideas or projects that I want to do. So, yeah, but I remembered. So, I'm going to work on metal oriented things or how to create metal oriented things. And this is in part to Miss Sharyl's group that does How Do You Do? Art. Basically, it's a play off of your interpretation of certain prompts or whatever, and how you create off of those prompts. Whether you are a junk journaler, quilter, knitter, what have you. How would you do that item or that prompt in your fashion of art? So that is what I'm going to do today. Hey, Vampire. Hey, Zal. So, yeah, I'm going to get myself tidied up here. I did not give myself much playroom, in regards to get myself together between getting off work and getting home. So, yeah, I'm just tidying up. So I'll just chat with you guys while I do that. But so what I'm going to do for this project is I'm going to make some faux metal. Or metal-like things that just give the appearance of metal. And with that, I'm going to be using some craft cardstock. Hey, Barb. I'm going to use some craft cardstock. I'm going to use some of Tim Holtz metallic cardstock. I'm going to use some embossing folders. I'm going to be using alcohol inks, metallic paints. Yeah, I'm going to be kind of all over the place. Alrighty, so got that. Now let's wrap this up here. Oh. Who did we not take into account for getting one? Barb, because we mentioned 4 people, so there should have been enough. Yeah, because we didn't think of Kathy. Yeah, because Kathy usually doesn't craft with us when I'm there. She's usually overseeing the store. I don't have another one that size. But I do have two more I can alter. Hey Wilhelmina. Yeah, it's chilly outside, and I wanted to get out of my work clothes. So I'm just transitioning into comfortability mode. Okay, so I'm just gonna roll this back up. Yes, it's adding machine paper that I collaged on top of. Um, if she'll take it, Barb, that will actually be fine since you see me often, like coming into work and stuff. I can always get one prepared and then just have it with me in my bag. And when you stop in, I can just give it to you. So we'll just plan on that. I think that'll work best. If that one's appealing for her, anyways. My goodness, go through there. There we go. And we're just going to tie it off right here. Thank you for offering that, Barb. I really do appreciate it. And maybe that's why no one mentioned it to her when she stopped in um, last time because I mentioned it to her. It's like, yeah, they should have said something. Hey, Linda. Welcome in. And this is exactly why you should clean up after you're done playing. That way you don't have to worry about cleaning up before you play. These are things I tell myself but never follow through on. Let's put it in there. There as well. That. Get these guys out of the way. I just put that container away these guys go into. Drat. Drat, drat, drat. No, that wasn't even the one I needed. This is what I needed. Okay. So, hope everybody's day is going well so far. Thank you for bearing with me right now. Where did I put that empty? There it is. Okay. It dropped it. There it goes. Okay. What's that? Oh, come on, pick up. There we go. Okay, let's all that. That's trash. That's fibers. Ah, freaked me out. Someone honked outside. Wasn't for me, but freaked me out. Yep, I got missing persons here. Missing persons. Okay. Don't worry, we're getting there, guys. Sorry. Ah. Alright. Good. This will go with my scraps. Over here. Okay, hold my snippet roll over there. This will go into this container here. You go with my fibers. That's what you have to point all the things out. All the things. Okay. Water. Hey, Lydia. All right. Oh, that's perfect. And I can just pop this little guy into this little hole here. Well, drop him over there. Drop you in there. All right. All right. Now I'm going to zoom out a little bit. There we go. All right. Now I don't need those now since I did find what I was needing earlier. Okay, so we're going to grab some craft cardstock here. We're going to grab a brush. I prefer to use a big brush, but I really don't want to go soaking it dry. or soaking it to get the paint off later. So pardon me. Use this. And hey Lucy, we are just getting started. There's that. And I'm also going to want to grab my copper. I think that's it. That's all I have available at the moment. Okay. I'm going to start with silver. And this is just a craft acrylic. Okay. Should be fine. I'm going to set that aside. Oh, bye, Barb. Thanks for popping in for a little while. Okay, now I'm going to go just straight to paper. This is brown red. It's copper. It's Master's Touch's fun way of just saying copper. Ooh, ooh. Okay, get rid of that goober. And we're just going to do the same thing with this one. And I'm not going to bother rinsing this out or anything. Point is this being metal. It doesn't have to be true metal. It's just faux metal, so who cares? Artist acrylic obviously goes a longer way than craft acrylic. Blue. Can't huff at me when you're the one getting into stuff, ma'am. Oh, yeah? You think so, huh? Hi, back. I'm working on a very cheerful piece for my aunt in a nursing home with no windows. Oh, fun. Welcome back, Catherine. Good to have you. For those of you who didn't meet Catherine yesterday, she's new here. Okay. Ah. Okay, so right now, Catherine, I am just painting papers metallic to give a faux metal impression. Okay, so I did those, and then I have this turquoise, which I think would be really fun. Again, it is a craft acrylic, so probably going to end up using more. Okay, no worries. I know I had recommended that, but so you are perfectly fine. And yes, it was very much sales mode. No, no worries. And just one of those things I like to share the info if anybody is interested, whether it's for sales or if it's for crafting, whatever. So I don't know if Zaw ended up checking it out at all. Patty went on started a lot later than she usually does, and that really threw me off. It was like an hour and a half later uh, than she usually does. She usually pops on 6:30 my time, and she didn't go on until 8 o'clock my time. So yeah, that threw me through a loop. Okay. Okay, so one thing that is a significant difference between your craft acrylic and your artist acrylic is the density, not the density, the viscosity. That's I knew I was going to get to the word eventually. The viscosity of it. Like this one is fairly thin, just like the silver one was fairly thin by comparison to the artist acrylic. Yes, I am in Nebraska, Lincoln, Nebraska. And I'm not too worried about brush strokes on this thing, because I'm going to be running it through the embossing folder. I'm going to be doing some alcohol inking on it. I'm just kind of trying to make sure I'm getting at least the craft cardstock covered, so all we see is the metallic. I will be distressing this, so like some of the cardstock will show, but that will be specifically for distressing purposes and extra inking and stuff. Oh my gosh, stop fussing about. Keeps pivoting on me. Hey, Joyce. What about the gel plates? Does it matter if you're using craft? Um, so in regards to gel printing, when using artist or craft acrylic, no, it doesn't matter. Um, to an extent, it does, depending on the looks you're going for and your drying time and how you want it to come out. Because some of your craft acrylics, they're all going to vary on their opacity and their viscosity and its moisture content. Like, there's so much that I would say is unreliable with using craft acrylics. You have to really know the acrylics your paints you are working with when doing gel printing, and the best way to learn is just play and experiment with it. I started with craft acrylics with my gel printing personally. Um, and periodically I'll go back and use them on my gel plate. But for the most part, I restrict those to when I'm hanging out with my niece and she wants to play with paint and everything, and we end up gel printing. That's usually when I actually use them. Um, because like they're too inconsistent for me on whether they're going to be opaque or transparent. Okay. So we're gonna let this one dry as well. Which the metallics typically don't take terribly long to dry. Um, so those won't need to dry too terribly long. I am going to grab. Where are you falling out? My Tim Holtz cardstock. So I have some of his craft metallic cardstock. I have this one is copper and rose gold. I'll grab one of each of these. So his craft. Oh, I haven't even opened this, actually. Okay. Huh. His craft cards metallic cardstock has a craft base and core. So this one will give well, I'm predicting it'll give near the same effect as our painted craft cardstock. Now, I mentioned we will also be working with alcohol inks. I am predicting this will work better with the alcohol inks than our painted paper will, but that's just a guess based on what they use to um, what medium they used to put the metallic on here. because I think with the medium they use to put the metallic on here, this is going to be closer to a non-porous material, and it will take the alcohol in better. Where using craft acrylic, it will create a barrier between the paper, but not as non-porous as this is likely to be comparatively. So this one, I believe, is the rose gold here. Um, it's hard to tell the difference. Oh, there it is. And that's copper. Okay, so there's that. And I'm sorry, I know there's quite a bit of you who don't like the wrappers and noise and everything. I like to keep my stuff contained if I can, depending on what it is. So I keep the wrappers. Okay, come on. This here, Catherine. This is a Tim Holtz metallic craft cardstock. So this I actually got from a seller on YouTube. They're a small business and they sell a lot of Tim Holtz, 49er Market, Stamperia, so on and so forth. So I got this from them. But Hobby Lobby does sell a metallic cardstock that you can get, and it does go on sale. It's the Paper Studio brand. Okay, and then this one, if I remember correctly, this one has a variety in it. So this one has a, nope. Where did I get all these other metallics from if that one wasn't already open? Whatever. So this one has gold and onyx or black. Well, this one doesn't call it gold. It calls it champagne. I think it's gold, but whatever. Yeah, Catherine, to an extent, that's how I was at the start. But now I have most everything. I could potentially want for craft supplies there. Everything I would like to get there, we no longer sell anymore. And so what was there, I had gotten on sale when it did go on sale or on clearance when they decided to discontinue it. So it's easy for me not to spend money there. Unless like it's some basic craft item or art item like gesso or something like that, or artist acrylic paint. If I need to restock on any of that, then I typically will spend some money there. But it's not too terribly often. Or if there's a bunch of stuff that goes on clearance and seasonal that I can revamp for something else, also, that's when I'll get something. Okay. So, I redecorated my storage area with those tiny spring flower boxes, but you just have to replace them. Yeah, and that would get annoying for me personally. I love to decorate. I do not like to seasonally decorate. When I decorate, anything, it goes up and it's staying up until I feel like my decorating theme or personality has changed. Then I'll redecorate. But otherwise, yeah, I can't do that. All right. So I'm going to cut these down, pardon me, to embossing folder size, or at least for the size embossing folders I currently have on hand. Okay. Let me grab. All right. Did work survive silly Casey mode today? Yeah. Okay, I think I'm going to do the numbers here. And I'm sorry I don't know the specific names of these, but these are specifically Tim Holtz Sizzix embossing folders. Okay. Sorry, I like to have these alternating. They just fit better in my container I have these in. I honestly didn't have that much of a consistent interaction with people today. I mean, I was obviously with people enough to have an interaction, but not enough to have the goofy interaction, really. All right. Let's see. Are there any of these ones I would like to use? Do the playing cards ones. Those would. Yeah, not like we did this morning at all. I was a lot this morning. I was definitely a lot this morning. It was all over the place. Mm-hmm. No. What are you on what? Okay. No. Okay. Did I not pull one over there? No. No eclipse speak. No eclipse speak. That one could be fun. You could try that one. Oh, and that one. Total eclipse of the heart. Yeah. That's the one I was looking for. I thought I do have a much larger one of this guy, but I was hoping for this size. Apparently I don't have that size. Why are what on the rubber duck is going? There we go. Oh, might use that. That's actually kind of cool. Those are stones. Those are gears. And I might play with that one because that's a die cut and embossing folder. I wish they had a bigger version of that. Or I wish I had a bigger version. He might have made a bigger version. Okay. All right. So, okay. I decide which ones I want to do what with. I potentially do want to make some embellishments with what we emboss. Let's do well, I put away one I was wanting to use. Yeah. That one. That'll be fine. So let's do this one. Let's do the playing cards, Jack, Queen, King. And I'm going to see how wide this is. We'll say 3 inches. I should be able to get 2 out of that. You silly thing. That is one thing I don't care for with the guillotine trimmers. They tend to pull. I mean, I know that's why you hold it there, but still, it's annoying. And then we'll cut out another 3. Okay. Alright, and then this has to be 8.5. So half of 8.5 is 4 1/4. So we're going to cut that at 4 1/4. See, I can math. Hey, Tina. Okay. So that is going to be, do those for these 3 and this one. Then let's do something with some of the big ones here. And we'll just cut what's left here in half, which would be 4 1/4. We just walked out of the grocery store. Oh, yeah? I'm assuming it was expensive. Okay. Then we'll use that one. And that one. No. Okay. So, and which ones do we need? Textured impressions. Okay, so just this. And we'll do. Yeah, I'd love to add a little something in my trans. I do not have an Etsy shop. Yeah, I don't sell things at all. Used to sell jewelry when I made jewelry, but outside of that, nope. But even then, like I specifically sold locally. Okay. That's going to be fun. I do people in one day more than I typically do in 3-month period. Okay, now I think this is the top side, so we're going to put that in there like that. And this one is much thinner. Well, we'll see what happens. I think I might need to. I don't think that did anything. Yeah, that didn't do squat. How thin that is. I might be able to just put one more panel. You as thick. I'll just put that on there. See if that helped. That still didn't do anything. Okay. Alrighty. Let's look at that. So that's too thin. So let's try the. Yeah, our carts are average size. I don't think some millions in a cheap almost movies made me. Oh no! We don't need Squishmallow, Tina. See, okay, that feels tighter, so that's promising. Oh, yes, that's so much better. That actually went through. Okay, so if you have these very thin, flimsy embossing folders, note to selves, use 2 of these guys with your big guy. I did all the trial and error for you guys. You're welcome. Okay. Okay, now we're going to do the playing cards. Now I'm going to do these one at a time for this. I probably could do 2 of them at a time, but I want to make sure it works. Jeep didn't even hesitate as I was getting ready. Some people, I swear. That's cool. Next. Hey, well, Tina, it says comes up to your chest. Well, at least you got something to relax on. Take a load off. So there's that. Then this says if I have these guys, I need. Now, I don't readily use this very often, mainly because it's a pain in the butt to like pull it all out and do all the things. So embosslets, sizzlets. Well, we'll go with this way because these are the same thickness as the other ones. So I think this should be fine. We'll go for it. Both ways, since it is a cross between an embossing folder and a die cut. We got little frames, leftovers. And then we got these cute medallions. If Casey can get them out. There's one. Sorry for the loud noises, guys. If you have headphones on, I'm so sorry. Hey, Di. So there's those. Those are kind of cool. I don't think I've used this one before. So we got those. And then okay. So we did those guys. Now let's do the one we painted copper. And let's change it up a little bit. Let's do the numbers here. And how many? I have 4 of these. So I could still do those. And we cut those at what? 3? Yeah, we cut those at 3. So generic what? You got generic what? Embossing folders or what? Where'd you get generic? Okay. Then take these, and then we will just those in half, which is, remember, 4 1/4, because it is basic American letter size paper. Oh, generic Big Shot. Gotcha. Okay. There. Okay. So we got our silver ones done. We're about to do some copper ones. And I'm going to, that's going to waste too much, so I'm going to just put it all the way up there. Don't worry, Blueberry, I'm not getting in your way. I know. Grumble, grumble pants. Okay. That's cool. Okay, this one is a thin one, so we'll double it up. And this one, just want to make sure it's at least straight. Now, Catherine, were you saying you had you gel print, right? Do you have embossing folders? Yeah. Get yourself some embossing folders, whether it's thrifted or new, whatever. They are super fun to use on your gel plate. Use the raised side, or you can use the deboss side, and you can make fun impressions on your gel prints. I love using my embossing folders for that. That's honestly, that's how I use my embossing folders the most. Is I use them on my gel plate. Mm-hmm. I feel like that didn't turn out the greatest. Oh well. I'm gonna save all sorts of stuff. Every part of my life, like stuff going to the trash. I personally haven't been the greatest at like saving things for journal making. Like towards the beginning I kind of did, but that's why I consider myself more of a journal maker instead of just like a general journal maker instead of a junk journal maker. Because okay, I'm going to save this frame. Um, because I don't really follow the standard of what a junk journal is usually. Like I use things that some people would consider junk, but I don't use things that I personally would just throw away. like is the kind of point of junk journaling. So I would definitely say I'm not a junk journal purist. Yeah, like, and junk journaling is perfect for those who are on a budget or have no budget at all, like to spend. Like, I think that's part of why it got started, like to an extent, why it got started is so you can craft with literally anything in your house that you already have. You don't have to go and buy things and blah, 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 blah. And I am 100% for that. I just suck at that. All right, now I need to do. I want really, really want to do some stuff with this turquoise metallic. I think this will be fun. Now it's just setting which embossing folders I want to do that with. Because I'm going to repeat. It's just which ones would I like. Ooh, which ones would I like to repeat? Other things, but I have found I really enjoy using printables. Yeah. Yeah, I think there's a lot of us that like using printables for journal making. They like using specific creators like cardstock collections and stuff like that, or specific brands for that, like 49 and Market, Stamperia stuff. Some of us like have those things that we prefer to use in a lot of our journal making that are, I guess, more commercial. Therefore, they don't technically qualify as junk journaling. Now, this, to an extent, you could be using packaging or the back of a notepad or something like that to be doing this part. And then most creators, crafters, have crafted acrylic paint. This could still be considered using junk, depending on what you're using. Like this, you could use a cereal box. Easy to do this. Easy, easy. It's thin enough. You could do it. So, like, this could potentially be a junk journal make doing these. I'll have to head over to my mom. She's cooking dinner tonight, so I'll go back and watch. Oh, bye, Catherine. You have a good one. Thanks for hanging out for a little bit. I really do appreciate it. Okay, so this I'm going to cut in half. 4 1/4. I gotta think of what I'm gonna have for dinner tonight. I have some leftover pizza, but that I have set aside for work for lunch tomorrow. So, okay. So I got 4 of the turquoise here. Which of the smaller embossing folders that I've done already do you think I should do in the turquoise? I think the medallions would be amazing with the turquoise. Even the feathers would be amazing with the turquoise. Oh, that got right through it. Huh, interesting. That wasn't supposed to happen. Oh, well. Okay. All right. So pick 4 embossing folders, like to do the turquoise on, of the small ones. So this is one, and then these are obviously each one. Hey, Ellen. Welcome in. Okay, so my medallion, that's one. So we're going to do the medallion. All right, 3 more. Someone else pick one. Oh, wings. Sounds good. So I already did copper, Ellen. So this one, do this one. Yeah, I have these ones laid out as examples of the embossing folders I'm going to use. So I'm just trying to pick out, I have 3 sheets left of what we're going to do in the turquoise. So I just rolled this one through. And then Tina just said wings, so I'll do one in wings. And then you're saying this one, do the gears. Okay, so 1, 2. Okay, I got one more left. So any of these 5, one more. Ooh, that turned out cool. Okay. So did that one. And that one was gears. Oh yeah, we were gonna do wings. Gears and wings. Gears. Okay. Here's the wings. Those are cool. Okay. So this one is supposed to be like riveted metal panels, is what that one's supposed to be. That one didn't get the greatest impression, but I could probably put another piece of paper, something underneath it to give it a little bit more bite, to give it a better impression. Yeah, I don't know why that one gave a poor impression. That's the gears. That turned out super cool. All right, one more. Do we want to do that panel? Is that what we're leaning on? Or do we want to do one of the cards? And that one? So I think I'm going to put a couple. Okay, the jack. We're doing jack. Okay. I think he said something because I was about to roll something different through. I was about to do the riveted panels. So we'll do jack. Cool. So jack turned out pretty cool. So now okay. Let's get all the smalls together. Madam. Hello. Okay, now we're going to do I think I'm going to do these two in the turquoise. I think those would be fantastic in the turquoise. Okay. That looks cool. Okay. And then numbers. Okay. Cool. The numbers even turn out pretty cool. Okay. Got those guys. Now, for the Tim Holtz ones, These are, these were these 8x8. Yeah, these are 8x8. So we're going to have to limit our options on these. I think for these ones, we'll stick to the larger embossing folders. So we cut those down 4x4. I'm 14% better. I better tell you how. Oh, gotcha. No worries, Tina. Thanks for stopping in for a little while. I appreciate it. Probably be on for a while longer yet, so I don't know how long it takes you to get home, but I may still be here. Okay. So that's the black or the onyx metallic. This is the gold, or as they call it, champagne. Where is my... I'll find it here in a moment. I'm going to cut these up. So this one, I think, is this is the copper. Right, so this is the Tim Holtz metallic, which this one is not painted metallic, or it doesn't seem like it. This one seems more like it's a metal foil that is on it. Unless they like ran it through with like a sprayer or something. I can only imagine, but like the surface feels like it's a film. We go for a little bit, but I'm going to keep it. Oh, okay. I'm trying to give me those watch hours, Zal. Okay, so that is it for the metallic. For the Tim Holtz metallic, one moment, I'll be right back. Okay. Okie dokie. Cool. Now we're going to go back through. I'm going to just go back and forth on these. So rose gold, copper, champagne, aka gold. Well, I guess it does have like kind of a silvery tone to it. So I guess it could be champagne. Okay. And we're going to do 4 embossing folders, and each one is going to get a different color metallic. Now, I know that typically, or at least that's how it's typically instructed, is that when you go to use your embossing folders, you're supposed to moisten one side of it, just spritz it to make the paper more pliant. I typically don't. And I understand why you should, because like some of these have so much depth that ends up tearing the paper, which gives you holes in it. And if you moisten it, um, the intent, what it'll help do is it'll make it more pliant, so it'll in a way stretch the paper, so you don't end up really tearing it when you run it through the embossing machine. But for me, it's not that noticeable to where I don't care that much. If anything, uh, after I add like paints or whatever to it, it gives that area a little bit more of a grungy look, the one that's exposed. So like for this one, let me see, because usually I can see it in the light because it'll show through. So this edge right here, it kind of tore through. See how it just comes apart there? So when I go to add like alcohol ink or paint or anything else to this edge will end up soaking into the card, which will make it a little bit grungier, and I'm perfectly fine with that. Don't make a difference to me. Yeah, you do, Die. You learn the rules just enough to break them, right? It's like I see how it's supposed to work with that rule, but I'm going to do it this way. Like, I get the point of it, but I don't care. Dude, that black one is fun with that. Heck you and your rules. Let me just play. That's the champagne or gold. Oopsie. Let's reduce that because that was going in crooked. There we go. I like to be surprised as everyone else with the outcome. Right. Definitely get that. For the shock and awe factor, right? Or horror, depending. Oh, that one sounded weird. That one might have actually went through it. I mean, it did around some of the edges of the letters, but whatever. Put you down there. That way I know that one was done. And this one is a thin one, so it gets a double tap. That turned out pretty cool. And I'm just shifting the paper each time I run it through. Just have a different look on each one. Means similar but different. This one, honestly, don't matter which way I put on, it's going to be the same either way. So, I still have heaps of copper sheet I put through with the rivet folder. Oh. So I have a small rivet folder. I don't have a big one, unfortunately. It'd be nice if I had a big one. Okay. Okay, that. Ah. No. Or do I? Oh, I do. I do. So I do have these guys. These are his newer release. This is like, or his most. So there's this one, and then I think this one had a smaller version. I don't have the smaller version, but yeah. And then I think this one had a total of 3 different versions as well. The right size for the right job. Okay, so there's that. Okay, let's try to clear a little bit of the space. Put you there, put you there. There you go, all the way. Now, those that are the same. Those that are the same. Those that are the same. That. Okay, now got some medallions here. That's that. 2 jacks. This one can be clean. One of each of those. Got 2 of those. And then 2 of those. And then these guys are unique. Cool. All right. Now, let's put those smalls together. Let me think how I want to do this. Or rather, what I want to do first. Oh my goodness. Get out of the way, papers. You're ticking me off. Go away. Okay. Let's start with this one. I'm going to play with my alcohol inks and see if they play well with this. Come on. Oh. Probably be easier to grab the things if I actually got up and grabbed them instead of just twisting myself. But I don't care. Okay. So I want to play with these. Yes, I want to. What is that? There we go. And then I also want to play with. That's the extra. This one has all the seasonals. I don't want the seasonals. I want this one. Nope. That one's too heavy to be what I need. It must be this one. Yes. This one, maybe. Still not the one I want. 1, 2, 3. Should have. Well, the 4th one is being used for that. But where did I? Yeah. I know I have a black soot. Sorry, one moment, guys. I am trying to find my. It's not there. I'm trying to find my black soot Tim Holtz Distress Crayon. Oh, there it is. It was in the first one I checked. Go figure. Okay. So I'm not going to use the Distress Crayon right away. I am going to use that for the secondary thing. Okay, so first, with this being copper, I think I'm going to stick to using the blues and greens, so it gives that patina look to it. And the best one from my experience for that is the one called Bottle. This one. Cool. I got a crayon dash pencils, 2 of them. I have not heard of that. Huh. Hey, Saul, long time no see. I'm just going to sprinkle that on there. Let's see if giving it a spritz helps it move. Now remember, this is the painted craft cardstock. So we're just seeing like what reactions we're going to get out of it. I'm going to grab my, is this the copper? That's not the copper. It's too golden. I'm going to grab the copper one. Oh, no. Yeah, that's the rose gold one. Grab, where is it? I'm so confused. Okay, yeah. And then we're going to move that over, and then we're going to try it on this one. This one looks gold to me. I mean, it's hard for you guys to tell, but yeah, that's copper, I guess. Looks really yellow for copper. It doesn't look warm enough. Whatever. But we're going to do the same thing on here. And then we are going to see how that plays. Which, that's actually kind of disappointing. I mean, it's interesting, but it's disappointing. So, the pigment on the Tim Holtz metallic craft cardstock is apparently alcohol soluble. Interesting. I mean, because you can see, like, it went like silver. Because that's the copper, and that's the bottle, and then it went silver. And that's where I sprayed it with the alcohol. I mean, it's not bad looking. It's just, I wasn't expecting that to happen. But that's why we experiment with things, to figure this type of stuff out. I like that. I think I'm going to leave that alone. So if I want, I'm going to try something. I'm going to put a little bit of rubbing alcohol over here. And I'm going to soak it up with the dropper and then see if I can get a different effect with the things here. Because usually in my experience, I can get a fun, like, mottled look doing it this way. Hmm. Let's see if I can get it to focus. You see what's doing right in there and right in there? Not cool. Especially right up there in that corner. I love that look. Now, I don't I don't think I'm going to get the desired effect on this because, like I said, like this is just paint on this paper, so it, it's not exactly sealed. So it kind of just gets absorbed into it. So it doesn't, it's metallic, but it doesn't give that faux metal look. See how it doesn't do like a modeling thing? Hey, Jenny. Hmm. This is just craft cardstock that I painted with artist acrylic copper paint. It's some Hobby Lobby's Master Touch artist acrylic paint. Hmm. Well, I mean, it's still fun. And that's it. Again, this is why we're experimenting to see how it will or won't react to things. So, okay. Let's see if clover gives us a slightly different color. I mean, it should. It's a different shade of green. So, I'll let that one try. I think I'm going to play with this one on here. I think also want, I might try mermaid on here too. Mhm. Yes, yes. Thank you, Linda. Oh, mermaid is more of a bluer green. Like it has a heavier tone of blue than green in it. Okay, that's cool. I like that. Let's you got the Hobby Lobby acrylic cashew color. I really like. Haven't seen that color in the cashew. Is that kind of almost a fleshy tone, Lydia? I can get it to focus, but it being metallic, it's having a hard time, obviously. Yeah, it it used to be called something else. I can't remember what it used to be called. But yeah, um, because I have it, I can't remember what it was called. But I think they had to change the name for some reason. I don't know the reason behind it, but I think they had to change the name to Cashew. Let's see. Let's do the numbers. Yeah, let's do the numbers. And what other color? Let's try cloud, cloudy blue. Let's try cloudy blue. See how that looks on here. Now, some of the greens will come through on this, and I'm not going to be too worried about it. Oh, that's actually kind of cool. Yeah, I think that's it for that one. Should grab the numbers from over here that I have. Hey. Don't mind me just dropping things. Let's try a cloudy blue on these numbers. Sure, let's cut this one in half. That way you get a little bit more wiggle room with this. This one was 4 inches, so I'll just cut that at 2 then. That is what? Oh, that's 5. So 2.5 is what I need to cut in at. Warm gray, which is I think I've played with the warm gray. I think the warm gray is fun too. So that is that, and then we're going to put the cloudy blue on this one. See how that looks. Again, we shouldn't expect too much because most of the pigment's going to get just sucked right in. Yeah. So okay. So what I'm going to say for doing the painted papers does not play well with alcohol inks. Point blank, it just doesn't. Like it does grunge it up a bit, but you don't see much of the colors. It doesn't stay prominent like the metallic Tim Holtz paper does. Okay. So not digging it, but it's still cool. I wonder if maybe I put matte gel over it to seal the paper, if it may have a different effect. You know what? If I'm wondering about it, I should just experiment, right? Right. So that's what we're going to do. Let me pull out my matte gel and we're going to try to seal this paper and see if that gives a different effect. I'm just going to try to pick up some of the excess. Okay, and then we'll set that aside to dry by itself. And go back to playing with these guys. All right, so where did I pour? Ooh, I got an idea. So I have this glitter mist spray. It's just right over here, so why not play with it? Yeah. Keep that on. So this has some mica powder in it. There we go. I'm going to try some of this on here and see how this plays. I think this stuff is fairly, what's the word I'm looking for? Concentrated. That's the word I'm looking for. So should be able to get quite a bit of this pigment to move around. We'll grab this guy and we'll use this to move it around. And we'll see how this plays on this. If it will rest on top or if it will just soak right in. Ooh, I like the way that's playing around. Cool. Let me go ahead and pick that up. I'm going to grab my tweezers. Oh, I plugged that in good. I was like, did I plug my heat tool back in? I thought I had. And that actually turned out kind of cool. There's some purple tones in that spray. Isn't that fun? I like it. It's fun. I like it a lot. Okay. So another thing I want to try, let's get back to this one here. I also was wanting to try to see how sanding it. Okay, I'll be right back. This one's dull. Un momento, por favor. And what I'm looking for, I must already have up here. Which I feel like it would make sense I already had it up here, but that. Here. Well, what in the rubber duck? I'm right here. Hello. I stepped away for a moment because I have a little pouch that has my sanding disc and extra dauber pads in it. But I can't seem to find it. I know the general area of where it should be, but 'tis not there. That's what I get for shifting things too terribly much. Alright. Well. Do I still? Oh, I do still have that standing block over here. I'll have to use that. So. I'll have to find it. It was a gift from Miss Sarah Tooker. She is a crafty friend I met through Mary Ann with Happy Paper People. Okay. Hey, Kip. How's it going? Long time no visit. What you been up to, ma'am? These would make great. Okay, so. That turned out really cool. Let's see what this one does. Should be something similar since the core of this is still craft paper as well. Well, anything. I'm knocking that alcohol into the background. Ooh, dirty, dirty, dirty. That's kind of cool. Oh, the alcohol ink is more towards the background. Okay. Let's see. I also wanted to try. Where did I put it? Put some of the distress crayon down. I need a little water just because it'll help me move it around. I don't want too much that ends up. Okay, so that's not what I was hoping for. Okay, so that's a little too much moisture. Let's just get rid of that. Okay. Try that again. I'll just put some down. And I just want to go over what we just sanded and have it pick all that up. I'm liking that because it's darkening the resin area, the embossed part, but it's keeping the colors in the background brighter. So it's separating it all. I like that. Like that a lot. If you guys can really tell a difference at all. I can. I like that. Okay. Now let's try it on this one. I feel like there's still like fiber on here. Or powder. You 17 people. Thank you guys for the support today. I really do appreciate it. You guys are wonderful. You just happen to look over and there's 17 of you. And I know there's not that many of you chatting. And I can't kind of joke about it. It's like, you are all my ceiling fans. You know what the awesome thing about ceiling fans is? You guys keep me cool. I know, terrible, terrible dad joke. Yes, Pampire right there is my number one ceiling fan. hard to tell with. I need like natural light to see how this is turning out. But I really, really like these. These are so cool. And let's see how this one will turn out. Go, Pam, go. Yeah, the Pampire ceiling fan has like all the fun lights and everything. It even comes with like a smoke machine. The deluxe version. Yes. That one's even cool. Now, yeah. So the rest of these, I actually may play with in the near future. I don't want to dabble with them now. These, I do want to. Let me think. I want to make something with these. The question is what? The answer is I don't know. No, that's why. I want a bottle spray in the opposite direction. Opposite direction. Opposite direction. No, there we go. Clean all that up. All right, so we are going to cut these out. Hey, Mom, how's it going? Okay. 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 So I'm thinking is hold on. What exactly? What exactly is I thinking? Reduce that. And then is let's do bronze. I think bronze would be cool. I think bronze would stand out more. There you go. Made it a charm. Okay. Yeah. No clue exactly what I'm doing here. I'm just making up as I go. Cool. And I'm liking it. And don't think, well, maybe, might, adjust. Yay. Check out that little cluster. Didn't know I had that in me. Huh. That's fun. Do the same with this guy. Let's see the center. Let's do half of this guy. We're going to go in a little. Rough estimate. I'm going to do it the slightly reverse. So we're going to go you first, then you, then you. Cool. Oh, you turkey. Okay, so try that again. Let's try to find the best route to attack this. Okay, and works well enough. There we go. We got one with one wing. Similar but different. Those are cool. I like those. Need longer scissors for this one. Boop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doo. Are we selling today? So I'm just checking to see. Okay, so it hasn't been a full month yet. Okay. I don't want that at the moment. Let's go ahead and go with this one since that one's falling apart anyways. And then do something like that. And there's you appear to be center. Cool. And then that. And that. Out. How far in we need to go? Okay. Yeah. There we go. Cool beans. And then there's 3. Kind of feels like a countdown, don't it? What if we left that over there? Let's do that. That looks like fun. I'll barely hang on to that. We'll see. All right. I don't know. CX or 9. Cool. Okay. Now that we did some of that plate, let's slide some of these over. Close that so I don't make a mess. Let's play with the jack here. All right. Just a heads up, guys, I'm going to pop off here in about 20-ish minutes. So at 7, or what would be 7 for me. Whatever it translates for you, that's it. Yeah, that didn't pick up much at all. He's coming out pretty cool. I feel like I still want him a little bit darker though. Alrighty. Now let's switch it around and to we'll play with this. These turn out pretty cool. Ooh, this one will be fun. Not too much. Thank you, Lydia. That one's turning out cool. And let's do the same. Let's try doing this reverse. Okay, one. On this one. Both of those were really cool. Ooh, now I'm thinking about that. What if? Now then, go back with the black. Let's see what happens. Love how that deepened it. Again. That turned out cool too. Wunderbar. I don't see this working out, but we'll try it in. Anyways. Well, okay. Hey, Miss Darcy, how's it going? Focus. Maybe. Nope. It says, nah, not today. Thank you, though. Wonderful, Miss Darcy. This turned out pretty cool. I think I need more darkness right there. There you go. These are fun. I can't wait to actually use them on things. Oh my gosh. As usual, I've created a disaster around myself. I am actually going to do just a little show and tell what we made today. Trying to get into the metals idea. So U there. You can put the U in there. There we go. Then we did that and that. The least successful of the experiment, but yeah. So that's essentially what we did today. Playing with paints, alcohol inks, craft cardstock, Tim Holtz metallic cardstock. And yeah, and that's about it. Just to get the idea of playing with metals or faux metals. So yeah, I think that was very successful. But I'm going to go ahead and call it a live. You guys have a wonderful, wonderful evening and rest of your week if I don't see you before the weekend. And I appreciate you all hopping in and hanging out with me and supporting me. Even if you didn't jump in chat, I appreciate you, my ceiling fans. You guys all have a great evening. Get some food in you if you haven't already. And find some time to play tonight, tomorrow, whenever this week. I'll catch you later. Bye.